So Teofimo Lopez said that explain why the Ryan Garcia fight fell apart between him and Ryan Garcia. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. And he said that they only gave him 28.5% of the pay-per-view buys. Now, I'm not sure what percentage he was looking for, but I got this article I pulled up about how pay-per-views were paid out. Let's see. So it says the standard breakdown of money is 10% off the top for the distributor, 45% to the cable, and 45% to the promoter. So it lets you know this back on HBO days when it was $50. So if a fight sells $1 million, HBO pay-per-view arms will get $5 million. And they will get $5 million, and the promoters will pocket $22.5 million. And that's what also the cable companies will pocket. So how much of that $22.5 million will go to the fighters is the question. So he said 28%. Now, somebody hit me up back in the day. I wish I would have screenshotted it, and they told me how much they get, but they only turn a profit. They only turn a profit after I think 150,000 pay-per-view buys. That's when they start getting points on the pay-per-view on the back end. So Canelo's the only fighter that I know of that gets 25. They got 20 that gets his percentage after 100%. So I can't remember what the percentage the fighters get, but apparently 28.5% was pretty low for him. So he said that's a no-go. He said they gave him 1.5 million guaranteed and gave Ryan Garcia the lion's share. They gave Ryan Garcia the lion's share of the pay-per-view buys. So the guaranteed money. So he said Ryan Garcia was getting the lion's share of the pay-per-view, the guaranteed money. He said he was getting the low end of pay-per-view guarantee and getting the low end of the of the pay-per-view split. So he said he walked away from it. So, man, hey, I ain't mad at him. He said Ryan's getting all the guaranteed money, getting the pay-per-view, the bigger pay-per-view split. He basically was getting some bullshit. Then you got to think about it, too. He probably was getting forced to go over to the zone, which, anything shady could have happened, too, on top of that. So, yeah, I feel him. I definitely feel him, for sure. So, last time he crossed the street, you see what happened with George Kambosos. He felt that he got robbed or whatever he felt that he thought happened. But nonetheless, it is what it is. It's unfortunate that they couldn't make that fight, but he walked away, and it didn't seem like anybody was willing to negotiate. Maybe those is hard numbers. Now, apparently, I heard from behind the scenes that it sound like Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney was done, and they kind of like agreed to it kind of like they had agreed to everything. And then Ryan Garcia does the interview and says that he the A side, and now it's starting to make sense. So maybe they had more of an even split with Devin Haney. And he found out when he talked to Floyd, and he like, oh no, I'm the pool. Now, Teal explanation to him saying that he the pool was that Gervonta and Ryan Garcia needed each other. That's what he said. Gervonta and Ryan Garcia needed each other, and it really wasn't one without the other. And that he, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia would do bigger numbers. He said he had the Mexicans with him. I didn't know the Mexicans was fucking with Teofimo Lopez like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nobody's fuck with Teofimo Lopez like that. That's crazy. So I ain't know. I wasn't aware of that. No cap. So um so yeah, I mean, quite frankly, I mean, uh quite frankly, you know, I don't know what else to say. I don't think To and Ryan does bigger numbers. That's just my opinion. You know, I don't think so. I don't think so. So, but but he got a point that Ryan Garcia trying to stand on his own. Like, well, I did this without Tank Davis, but that ain't the truth. That ain't the facts. You did it with Tank Davis. And what was his last numbers for the Oscar Durant fight? Since he want to go around talk about everybody else numbers, what was his numbers versus Oscar Durant? Guaranteed them numbers weren't good. Him and Tank was just a perfect storm. And that's the God honest truth. It was the perfect storm. And that's what people need to start acknowledging, as that it was the perfect storm. You know? So they both needed each other. But nonetheless, he gonna try to act like Ryan gonna try to act like he the pool. But how many people watched this last fight? Come on. How many homes did he do in this last fight? Ask him that. Ask him. How many homes did Ryan Garcia do in his last fight? So they he can say whatever he wants to say. But if he wanted to fight Teofimo Lopez, if he wanted to fight Devin Haney, he would have fought. He didn't think he could beat neither one of those guys. Mark my words. He didn't think he could beat either one of those guys. He didn't. And if he did, he would have gave a fair deal. So he didn't. He didn't. So, but at the end of the day, T.O. didn't waste no time going back and forth a whole bunch of time. T.O. peep game. Hey, they don't want to fight. Let's move on. I got bigger and better fish to fry. And that's just the honest truth. He not trying to fight nobody, bro. And then when he had a deal with Devin Haney, he go talk to Floyd Mayweather and he pull out the deal. Come on. Or we could do Rolly, then we could do Tank Davis rematch. Go chase money. But don't, if I'm Ryan Garcia, don't go crying to people when they don't respect you as a real fighter. That's my thing. Don't think we're going to accept you as a real fighter like Teofimo Lopez, and you keep ducking and dodging and not doing real fighters. You keep handpicking fighters that you gonna beat. And soon enough, your social media following is gonna find out that you ain't nothing but a gimmick if they ain't peeped it out yet. He ain't no different than Jake Paul and Logan Paul. I got more respect for them, to be honest. No cap. I got more respect for them. Real talk. I got more respect for them. So, but that's why people don't respect him as a real fighter, as a gimmick. And he said, well, they hate on me because I'm handsome. Like, man, you sound like an 80-year-old great grandmother or grandmother. People don't like you in boxing because you a gimmick. You don't do what real fighters do. That's the problem. You know? you know. So, but nonetheless, it is what it is. T.O. didn't sit there going back and forth, bickering. I mean, it don't seem like Devin and Ryan negotiated too long, and they moved on. So he go fight Rolly. We see how those negotiations go. They should strip Rolly of his belt if he don't fight Barros, and that's as simple as that. But we know it's gonna be some hand in hand behind the scenes to make that happen. But that's still a good fight. But you beating Rolly don't make you a real fighter. It gets you a world title. But hey, he should be able to beat Rolly. If he can't, need to walk away from the sport. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Check out the Box Moves playlist for more videos like this. Peace.